What up?
Katie said yesterday it's interesting going into this series because you guys get to be the hunter and the hunted. As the 2 seed, that's unique, but you're also the defending champs. Do you like a little shake-up to start this series?
I do. I think it's been, sometimes you need a different challenge to kind of keep that motor going, keep you hungry. So, with us going in on the road, first game of this series, it's a different challenge for us. But I think we play our best when our backs are against the wall.
Does it help you have those defensive principles right away that you're crossing right out the gate because it's hard to in the playoffs?
Definitely. It's very important that we come out and get off to a good start, that we're locked in from the jump. Going on the road against a very good team, you don't want to let them come out and build on the confidence they already have. You want to come out and try to instill some doubt. So, it's important that we get off to a good start.
They dragged Steph in a bunch of pick and rolls in the last game against the Nets. I think that would be somewhat of their strategy. What do you guys have to do in those situations where they try to get switch isolation?
Just play one-on-one defense. I think that's can get very tiring. A guy just looking for an ISO for 48 minutes. That can get tough. So, if that's what they want to do, that's fine. We just got to man up and play one-on-one defense.
Do you think that and some of the quick shots that they make, you guys can have to play into your guys' hands a little bit?
I think so. As long as we're rebounding the basketball, not fouling, putting them on the free throw line, we're able to get out in transition, and that's when we're dangerous.
How difficult is it to not foul? Both Paul and Harden are two of the best at drawing fouls.
They're good players. It's a little different in the playoffs. You get to play a little more physical. So, but they're good at what they do. We're not saying they're not going to get on the free throw line at all. But, if you can minimize that to 4 to 6 free throws as opposed to 11 to 14 free throws, that can be the difference in the game.
How much do you talk to your younger bigs, Amy, Jordan Bell, potentially, about that type of defense, staying down, not fouling?
A lot. Those are keys. And it's not just for the young guys, it's for all of us. It's not just like they'll fool Looney or they'll fool Jordan Bell. They're great players. So, they can fool anyone. So it's important for everybody to be locked in on that, not just young guys. Well, all 3 times we've played him this year, he's played well. And he can make shots. When you can make shots, especially on this team, you're going to get open looks. When you can knock those shots down at a high rate, which Nick can is capable of going off, that's really big. So, we have confidence in him. And if his number's called, we know he can do the job.
On a personal level, it seems like you guys have played for Irving and stuff. You and him on a personal level have played for, back and forth and stuff. But how is he kind of helped the team morale over the season as you guys have gone up and down with stuff like that?
Oh, well, he's a fun guy to be around, number one. Fun guy to have on your team. Great locker room guy. One of the people, it's just someone who always keeps everybody laughing. And then also, this is fresh to him. He's been on the team pretty much last 5 years that, didn't really compete for the playoffs. So, this is something fresh for him, and it brings a different excitement. When you got new blood, like fresh blood, and someone bringing that excitement to us where it could possibly get a little tedious, it's always great, to have guys like that who's bringing that fresh blood and excitement to a situation that, some guys who's been in it for quite a while now could just become immune to almost.
How important do you think your defensive brain is in this series? Just kind of engineering against the best offense in the league besides you guys.
It's very important. They're a very good offensive team. There's going to be a lot of things that take place out there on the court that you're just not ready for. That you got to be able to react to quick, to be able to point guys in a different direction. Be able to make adjustments and things like that on the fly. So, it'll be very important. That's what the game's going to come down to, who can get the most stops. We know we both can score. So who's able to, muster up that stop or two when it's most needed is going to be what the series come down to.
Draymond, I realized that Andre ultimately came back here, but how unnerving was it for a couple days when Houston was courting him really hard, and there was a chance not only of him leaving but joining a rival like that?
I didn't think that Andre was going to Houston. Did you look at that cap situation when everybody was talking about that?
Right.
I think the most they can give him was like $8 or $9 million. I didn't think he was going to Houston. I don't know who really did. But their cap situation alone just didn't put any doubt in my mind that it was between us and Houston.
What did you think of Kawhi's defensive performance down the stretch in that closeout game?
Great. It wasn't just the closeout game, though. It was every game of the series. All these playoff games, he's been stepping up big for us, and that's why he's been, the sixth man pretty much this entire series. This entire playoff run. He's really been key in what we've been doing, especially on the defensive end. And even on the offensive end, being in the right place, giving guys outlets at the rim and different things, offensive rebounding. He's been really key in our success.
How much do you think of LA at UCLA?
Say that again?
How much were you down there in LA at UCLA?
I saw him play quite a bit. You could just see he had changed his body. He was confident, which was good to see. What you got for me, bro? Talk to me.
Okay, so you were saying, a lot of other guys were saying, when you were asking about coming to the board earlier in the season, that the number one priority is health, playing well, when it counts. What were the keys in getting those elements in play?
It's you have home court advantage and guys are beat up. You still got to go play the game no matter where you're at. You don't have home court advantage, but you got guys healthy and rolling and playing well, you still got to go play the game. So with that being said, I'd much rather be on the road and healthy and rolling than at home and beat up and tired, sick of each other, all those things that can creep in. I'd rather be healthy and going on the road. We know we've proven that we can win on the road. And so we know that. We have that in our back pocket and that confidence to know that we can go anywhere and win a game, if not two. So knowing that, as years past, home court has been something that we've always said, we want to get that, we want home court. This year, it would have been great to have home court, but it wasn't the main priority. Our main priority was health and just trying to peak at the right time.
So even with that, you look at the last 17 games, 10 months, do you have any concerns heading into that, or did you just know, hey, because of the health situations, the regular season, it's not much of a thing?
No, I didn't have any concern. I know what this team is capable of. And being that I'm a guy who's in the fire, I know how everyone else feels because I know how I felt. And saying that, I know we have championship experience and we know how to win. We know the things that needs to be done in order to win championships, and I trust that.
Draymond, what are some of the things you think of when you think of Mike D'Antoni's system and the way the way he's had teams play over the years?
Spacing and just the way he empowers his guys to score. He empowers everyone to shoot the basketball, and that's dangerous. That's why he's been so successful, especially on that side of the ball with any team he's ever coached. Because that's definitely an area where he's a mastermind. So that's why his teams are always up there, top 1 or 2 in offense in the league. Whenever he's been with any staff that I can remember.
Going along those lines with allowing everybody to shoot, so much of what they want to do is drive, get a couple of defenders to collapse, and then kick. Obviously, you're in the playoffs. You can be a little bit more free. There's been those situations where you're like, we're willing to let that guy shoot as often as possible. Remember in 2016 when you guys did that with Bogut, Tony Allen, you guys seem to have been doing it a lot since. How have you seen sort of that scheme evolve, and how much do you
That was 2015.
2015,
yeah.
Right. Okay, so 2015, Memphis series. How have you seen that scheme evolve since then around the league? And it does come, you're one of the guys that sometimes they let open. So it seems like it's both ends of the court for you.
Oh yeah, you see that quite a bit. Teams just kind of picking and choosing who they're going to allow to beat them. I don't mind when teams do that to me because
Yeah.
I'm not just going to shoot the ball. Like, that's what they want, but I'm going to make plays as well. So, when you're playing great basketball players, great basketball teams, you have to be willing to make something beat you. Like, you can't stop everything.
Yeah.
Just like us, that's usually what teams are going to do. They're going to pick who they want or trust or lack thereof to beat them.
Right. How much do you enjoy that on the defensive side, though, getting a little bit more
It's
free
fun.
safety opportunities?
It's really fun. You just kind of clog up a team's entire offense. I enjoy it.
What's James Harden like as a competitor?
He's a good player. I can't really say what he's like as a competitor. I can speak on the guys who I compete with as competitors. On what they're like as competitors. I don't really care what a guy's like as a competitor who I'm playing against. I'm trying to defeat him.